Good evening, Belize. Tonight, questions and consequences collide from the Ministry of National Defense, where millions in public funds are now under scrutiny. What did Minister Florencio Marin Jr. know, and were those deals ever delivered? A dramatic collapse in the courtroom. 3 accused in a sensational Riverside murder case walk free after key witnesses vanish, forcing prosecutors to drop the case mid-trial. In Belmopan, the political temperatures is rising fast. Controversy and shifting alliances are setting the stage for a fierce mayoral race months ahead of elections. And on the nation's highways, a growing danger. More traffic, more deadly collisions, and mounting calls for safer, modern highways. Plus, on the regional stage, Belize joins leaders across the Americas pushing for unity in the fight against crime and in defense of democracy. All that and more right now. This is News 5.
Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Greater Belize Media. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Greater Belize Media.
Hola, ¿qué tal mi gente de Belize? Les saluda Dembra La Factoría. Y es que quiero invitarlo este sábado 27 de junio del 2026 a celebrar el Día de San Pedro.
Scrutiny is intensifying over spending inside the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security. And the focus is firmly on Minister Florencio Marin Jr. Marin has led the ministry since 2020, and many of the now questioned transactions involving the Mira family happened on his watch. With an audit underway, he's expected to answer directly to the Auditor General about how those deals were handled. Today, we pressed the minister for answers, asking what he knew about the transactions and whether the goods and services tied to them were ever actually delivered.
Can you, at this time, guarantee that products paid for were received in every instance, and in the case of fast construction, that works requested were done in every instance?
I would be prepared to speak, but please let's have the audit finished first. All right. Right now it is ongoing, and I believe it's prudent that we reserve our comments for when that comes up.
Can you any at all say, and I hear your position, though, was there ever a time that you or your Minister of State, Minister Mira at the time, was informed of these large volumes of payment, invoices, or the repeat of these same vendors in the system?
All right, please let me defer to when I speak with the Auditor General in these questions. Like I said, I don't want anything to prejudice that report any at all. I think the Belizean people want to hear it.
What do you understand in terms of the audit and how long it will take?
I believe the Prime Minister said 90 days. Yeah, 3 months.
Would you support the findings of the audit to be released to the public?
Again, that's a Prime Minister's call.
A debate over government spending limits is starting to pick up steam, and it's already drawing mixed reactions from Cabinet. Just last night, Blue Economy Minister Andrew Perez called for the $10,000 spending threshold for ministries to be raised, arguing that rising costs are making it harder for departments to get business done efficiently. Today, we put that proposal to Minister Florencio Marin Jr., asking whether he backs increasing the limit or believes the current cap still keeps spending in check.
Do you support Minister Perez's position that the $10,000 threshold should be increased for ministries?
All right. I mean, I have my opinions on that, but again, I would rather wait till afterwards. Like I said, I don't want in any way comment something that would prejudice this the report. No? I mean,
Just to be fair, this is not a matter of the audit, it's a matter of what you and perhaps your CEOs have experienced within
Ministry of Defense, that's why I don't want to. No, I mean, if I was in a different ministry, yes, I understand.
the $10,000 threshold present any sort of constraints based on your experience in government?
I will comment after the audit on that. No, I mean, so please.
Finally, let me ask.
We also asked Minister Marin about the financial officer who signed off on transactions. He says the officer was transferred from the Ministry of Defense. New questions are emerging tonight about who was handling the finances inside the Ministry of National Defense and where that person is now. We asked Minister Florencio Marin Jr. about the financial officer who was placed in during the period under review. He told us that by the time he returned to the ministry in 2025, that officer was no longer there. Here's how that exchange unfolded.
What has become of that FO that was under you and Minister Mira when these payments, these multiple invoices were signed off on? Can you at least tell us that?
When I returned to the ministry, the FO was no longer there, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know where he is right now. No.
So, do you know if that FO will form a part of the audit?
You would have to ask the Director General that. So only she knows how she's conducting her audit. Huh?
Currently, in terms of meals and nutrition to the Belize Defense Force as it stands currently, what's the arrangement there? Are supplies still coming in on a regular basis? Are they receiving their meals to time, whether they're in camp, whether they are out on the fields? What's the arrangement currently?
Well, all right. I mean, that I think you could more direct to the general, but it should be continuing as normal, because I mean we have to feed our soldiers.
We reached out to Commander Velasquez for comment during today's event in Belmopan, but he declined the interview and directed us instead to Lieutenant Colonel Burns. After the break, men are showing up, but are they actually taking charge of their health? At today's Men's Health Forum, experts deliver a blunt message. Waiting could cost you your life.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Because that when they knew God, they glorified Him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools." On April the 12th, 1961, Major Yuri Gagarin, a Russian cosmonaut, on board the Russian spacecraft Vostok 1 became the first man to orbit our Earth in 108 minutes. Later, when speaking about his trip, he made the statement that he had been into the heavens, but he did not see God. A Russian pastor who heard him make that statement responded by saying, how could he expect to see God in the heavens when he had not seen Him on the earth? The Bible makes it very clear that if we're to know God in the hereafter, we must meet Him and know Him in the now. To ignore Him now is to be ignored by Him then. Jesus Himself said while on the earth, "Whosoever shall confess me before men, him shall the Son of Man also confess before the angels of God. But he that denieth me before men shall be denied before the angels of God." Don't leave earth without knowing your God. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
shape every day. It all starts with Game Changers. Investing in modern transport, better health infrastructure, renewable power for all, digital transformation, and more opportunities for a brighter future, the European Union's Global Gateway Initiative is unlocking new potential. Game Changers are bringing this to life. Game Changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to meet the Game Changers.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
The wait is over. KTV is back and bigger than ever. Get ready for the KTV The Remix Season 8 premiere audition show on Tuesday, June 30th at 8 p.m. Who will impress the judges? Who will earn a golden opportunity to move on to night 1? And who has what it takes to become Belize's next KTV superstar? From powerful vocals to unforgettable performances, the journey begins with the auditions. Don't miss the premiere of KTV The Remix Season 8, the audition show, Tuesday, June 30th at 8 p.m. One stage, one dream, one chance to call yourself the KTV champion. Only on Greater Belize Media.
A shooting in Lord's Bank Village has claimed the life of a 19-year-old and left 2 others injured. Police say Giovanni Gillett was among a group of men socializing in a yard Wednesday evening around 7:55 when a gunman pulled up and opened fire. Chaos erupted as several shots rang out, hitting Gillett and 24-year-old Alfredo Flores. Both were rushed to the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital in critical but stable condition, but Gillett later died from his injuries. Flores remains hospitalized tonight. A third man, identified as Edgar Flores, was also injured in the attack but chose not to seek medical attention. Investigators say the shooter targeted the group before fleeing the scene, and so far no motive has been confirmed. Gillett was known to police. Just months ago, he was charged in connection with an unlicensed firearm and ammunition found during a police stop. Tonight, authorities are continuing their investigation as they work to determine what led to this deadly shooting. 3 people who once stood accused in a shocking Riverside murder case are now free tonight after the prosecution dropped the case mid-trial. The Director of Public Prosecutions entered a nolle prosequi this morning, effectively halting proceedings against Tyron Young Sr., his son Tyron Young Jr., and Aaron Smith Jr. The decision came just 24 days into the High Court trial after key prosecution witnesses could not be found. The trio had been on trial before Justice Candice Nanton for the 2023 shooting death of Denver Montero in Gracie Rock, a case that began as a robbery and ended in deadly violence. More than a dozen people were reportedly at the Riverside gathering when a gunman opened fire, leaving 1 man dead and several others injured and robbed. According to earlier witness statements, Smith was accused of carrying out the robbery, while Young Sr. was allegedly handed the firearm and later fired the fatal shots as the group fled. But from the start, the case faced challenges. Police said several witnesses were unwilling to cooperate back in 2023, and during the trial, 4 crucial witnesses, including an alleged shooting victim, simply could not be located. Without them, the prosecution's case stalled. Despite testimony from investigators and other agreed witnesses, the missing voices left a critical gap, forcing the DPP to discontinue the case. Tonight, the three accused men walk free, while questions remain about a case that once gripped national attention and the witnesses who never made it to court. While the PUP waits on a decision that could determine whether Belize City sees a convention or a direct endorsement, the UDP is already gearing up for a political clash of its own in the old capital. At least two contenders have stepped forward for the party's mayoral race: businessman and political analyst Damien Goff and attorney Jacqueline Willoughby. Goff, a longtime figure within the party, currently serves as chair of the UDP's policy committee, bringing years of experience in business and governance. Willoughby, on the other hand, built her name as a vocal trade unionist before entering the legal field, and she could make history as only the second woman to serve as Belize City's mayor. Both candidates are aligned with party leader Tracy Panton, and a contested convention would be an early and critical test for the unity within her growing coalition. Belmopan's political race is heating up earlier than expected. With municipal elections still months away, shifting alliances and growing controversy are already reshaping the field, especially in the Garden City. Questions surrounding area representative Oscar Mira have added a new layer of intrigue, setting the stage for an intense showdown between incumbent Mayor Pablo Kowich and former Mayor Khalid Belisle, who's eyeing a comeback. News 5's Shane Williams breaks down what's unfolding and what it could mean for voters.
Let's do this. My name is Isidoro Richard Galvez, and yes, I am running for mayor of Belmopan.
What was shaping up to be an easy win for the PUP in the city of Belmopan is quickly turning into one of the most closely watched races in the country. With the party's era representative under pressure and a strong popular challenger stepping into the spotlight, the political landscape has shifted. Now, UDP caretaker Khalid Belisle is gaining confidence, eyeing an opening to reclaim the Garden City.
It's roughly 8 months to go. By the time we hit the end of this month, Shane, you are really going to see not only our city council team, but myself out on the streets, going house to house, visiting residents. I prefer to listen rather than to speak. I would much rather hear what is on the minds and in the hearts of residents of the city as we prepare to contest an election, so that provided that we are successful when we win, then the incoming city council will be able to address those concerns in as timely and prompt a fashion as they possibly can.
We visited City Hall to ask Mayor Pablo Kowich about the work his council is putting in and how he plans to stave off the challenge from Belisle's UDP slate.
My team and I have submitted our application. The full team, we are running again as a team. And the deadline you're referring to is the PUP application deadline. So yes, we are running under the PUP banner again. And we do all have intentions to continue serving the people of Belmopan. We continue trying to improve services for the public. We are scheduled to release some new systems that will hopefully bring benefits and ease of access to our residents.
Even with a long history of political scandals in Belmopan and plenty of ammunition for both sides, candidates say they're steering away from mudslinging and committing to clean, issues-focused campaigns.
Politics is politics, and it is a very nasty game. I personally don't like the negativity in politics.
I personally don't lean into those negative aspects of our politics. You know, anybody that knows me will understand that that's not what I'm about. I have never been about trying to stand on the shoulders of somebody else by bringing them down to elevate myself.
Honorable words by men who will no doubt be urged by their teams to use all the dirty tricks to secure victory in the scandal-rocked capital city. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Men are showing up, but are they taking action when it counts? That's the question driving today's Men's Health Forum at the Belize City Civic Center, where dozens of men put their health in focus and experts pushed a simple message: don't wait until it's too late. From hard truths about late diagnoses to candid conversations about fear and stigma, doctors, advocates, and survivors challenged men to rethink their approach to checkups and prevention. News 5 Shane Williams was there at the Belize Cancer Society and its partners took the conversation beyond awareness and straight into action.
This procedure, we have a tube that's connected to our camera.
More than 150 men were present at the Belize Civic Center today, leaning in as Dr. Irvin Gabriel tackled one of the biggest barriers to men's health: fear of the digital rectal exam. He walked the audience through a newer, less intimidating screening option, sparking honest conversation and for many a sense of relief about getting checked. It is an examination that men over 40 are recommended to take once every year to screen for prostate cancer. While many men shy away from the digital rectal exam, health professionals say the bigger problem is getting them through the hospital doors in the first place. Now, doctors and advocates are stepping up their outreach, working to break down fear, stigma, and silence that keep too many men from seeking care at all. Psychologist Dr. Claudina Caetano says the problem is men wrongly seeing hospital visits as a sign of weakness.
There's many factors. Among them is the fear of being diagnosed and the fear of feeling weak, and that by seeking help they think that they shouldn't be, because men have been taught to always be strong, be the protector, all these issues that instill into them who makes them more vulnerable by not seeking help. What we want them to know is that seeking help is a strong man seeks help. A strong man wants to be healthy, and being healthy means that it's okay to ask for help to take care of themselves.
I got the radiation treatment.
One strong man who took action early and is here today because of it is Earl Jones, former Chief Executive Officer of the Colby Foundation and former Secretary General of the Football Federation. He's encouraging brothers to focus on their health.
What I mentioned to the audience this morning is that early testing is very important. Right? A change of lifestyle is also very important. But most importantly is to put your trust in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Has your faith instrumental in surviving?
My faith helped me to remain sane, I must put it. That I trusted in the Lord, I placed my burdens at His feet, and I worried less. That helped me through tremendously.
Longtime Cancer Society member Dr. Hugh Sanchez says he hopes more testimonies like Earl Jones are shared to open the eyes of Belizean men and raise awareness on the importance of testing.
From the testimony by Mr. Jones in regards to his journey, I would hope that that was enough to sensitize us to be mindful that even though you may appear to be well, you still need to do your yearly checks and do your screening for those diseases or cancers that are prevalent among men. And the society is always there, and the Men's Forum panelists is always at the society, and we are there to advise, encourage, and to be a part of the journey with you.
Throughout the day, experts led discussions on primary care, nutrition, mental health, and caregiving. But the message coming through loud and clear was the same.
This is the time to start thinking about taking care of yourself if you have not been doing so before. Because cancer is nothing nice. It takes away your finances, and after it's done, it kills you.
Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Still ahead, more than 100 new Belizeans take the oath, bringing global stories, fresh dreams, and a powerful reminder of what makes this nation strong.
In business, timing matters. Now, with Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled before 4 p.m. are deposited the very same night.
It's been a game changer for our cash flow. Waiting days to access our sales used to slow our business down. Now we could restock faster and pay our suppliers on time.
And with auto settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's store near you and get store-wide discounts on select items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, Sankey smart TVs, gym equipment, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 oh.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarterfinal winner gets a watch party package played directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Traffic is picking up, and so are the risks. With more vehicles on Belize's highways, deadly head-on collisions are becoming an all too common reality, raising a critical question. Are the country's roads keeping up with demand? Tonight, we look at whether it's time for Belize to move towards safer, modern four-lane highways with medians. As the government pours millions into upgrading the George Price and Phil Gosen highways, News 5's Paul Lopez examines whether those investments go far enough to protect lives.
On Belize's highways, a simple miscalculation can have deadly consequences. With just 2 lanes, one in each direction, drivers often share narrow corridors where overtaking becomes risky, leading to close calls like this one. Advocates are calling for a major upgrade, 4-lane highways with median dividers, to keep opposing traffic apart and cut down on deadly head-on crashes. And with the government spending millions of dollars in rehabilitating the George Price and Phil Gosen highways, the question is, why not now? Well, according to Minister of Infrastructure Development Julius Espat, building roads of that scale is not simply a matter of desire, it's a matter of demand and cost.
I think social media and access to everybody in the world and the way other countries do things influence how we think. When a highway is designed, you can't tell the IFIs, I want a highway 6 lanes wide, and it's just automatic. They send in experts, financial experts, technical experts to determine if the flow of traffic that you have, based on the amount of people that you have, justifies a road of such magnitude.
Expat explains that while countries with larger populations may support expansive highway systems, Belize's relatively small population makes such investments difficult to justify.
If we are complaining that the cost of the highways right now is a bit high, which you have a right to look at cost and complain, but imagine if there would be 4 lanes, the cost would be tremendous.
The government is taking a different approach, adding dedicated passing lanes so drivers can overtake safely without expanding to full 4-lane highways.
So in certain areas of the George Price Highway, you will notice that you will have double lanes on one side, and then on the other side you will have double lanes on another section. It's called passing lane.
New data is putting a spotlight on road safety. More than 3,000 traffic accidents were recorded in 2025, and 94 turned deadly. For many road users, those numbers tell a troubling story. They argue that separating traffic with divided lanes could save lives, especially along busy stretches like the Philip Gosen and George Price highways.
It's a gradual process, and when our term is complete, hopefully we have been able to achieve a certain level, and then another government, could be the same party or another party, but another government will come in, and hopefully they will look at what we have done and better it, and that's how you better your infrastructure in a country.
For now, the government's focus remains on expanding access, opening new routes, and improving connectivity, particularly for rural communities and farmers. But the bigger question still looms. As Belize continues to grow, can its road network keep up, not just in capacity, but in safety? Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Belize is stepping up its fight against climate change, taking bold, decisive action to protect its future. The government has enacted the Climate Change and Carbon Market Initiatives Act 2026, the country's first comprehensive law to guide climate action and regulate participation in carbon markets. The law, signed by Governor General Dame Forla Salam on June 18th and officially gazetted 2 days later, puts a formal structure in place for how Belize manages climate policy and carbon trading. It strengthens the climate change department, boosts national coordination and reporting, and sets clear rules for carbon projects, including how benefits are shared and tracked. Minister Orlando Habet says the move gives Belize the tools to drive its own climate agenda, pursue low-emission development, and ensure carbon market efforts benefit the Belizean people. With the legal framework now in place, the focus shifts to rolling it out through new regulations, systems, and partnerships with communities, the private sector, and other stakeholders. Small farmers across Belize are getting a helping hand, and it's already making a difference. Through the Sustainable and Inclusive Belize project, grants of up to $4,000 are giving farmers the chance to boost production, invest in climate-smart systems, and build more sustainable livelihoods. Early results from the first group have been promising, and now the program is opening the door to even more growers. Project manager Debbie Alfaro explains how farmers can get involved and what it takes to qualify.
So we had the application process that we did outreach countrywide. Then they had to apply through. We had some application online. We also had access to our help number so that then they can apply. We had an evaluation committee where we look at those that were met the criteria, and then they after did a training. Right now we have already had the first cohort of individual farmers. We had 666 individual farmers that had benefit of a small grant, and then the same thing, they're investing in their farm, being more productive in like irrigation systems, solar pumps, the same thing, water catchment, investing in hybrid seeds that are more resistant to climate change. So, and then we also will have a group of MSMEs in agriculture and farmer groups that will be able to benefit as grant recipients.
The Sustainable and Inclusive Belize project is financed through the Inter-American Development Bank and also provides grants to tourism-related businesses. Belize is growing, not just in numbers, but in diversity, and that reality was on full display. In a ceremony filled with pride and promise, more than 100 people from across the globe officially became Belizean, each bringing a unique story and a new chapter to the country's identity. From Central America to as far as Africa and Asia, these new citizens are now part of the fabric of a nation built on migration and opportunity. Officials say it's more than a formality. It's also an investment in Belize's future. News 5's Brittany Gordon has the story.
I pledge that I will do everything in my power to promote and strengthen democracy and the rule of law in Belize. I will do everything to promote the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Belize.
For 111 men and women, Thursday marked a new chapter in their lives as they were officially sworn in as Belizean citizens. Surrounded by family, friends, and fellow citizens, they raised their hands and pledged allegiance to a country they now call home. Coming from 22 countries around the world, Belize's newest citizens are adding fresh threads to the nation's cultural tapestry. Immigration Minister Karim Musa says their welcome into society is a powerful reminder that diversity isn't just a part of Belize's story, it's at its core.
Some people don't understand and appreciate the responsibility and honor it is to be Belizean. A pathway to citizenship is not easy, but it has opened us up to skills, careers, and work that we don't want to do, or even to professions that did not exist before in Belize. It has kept us youthful, dynamic, and entrepreneurial. It has catapulted and sculpted our character as a people with possibilities, as we are all capable of reinventing ourselves as we choose.
Of the over 100 new citizens, 32 originated from Honduras, the largest number of the group, followed by El Salvador at 28.
Many of you have resided in Belize for a considerable period. You diligently work, some often in challenging and low-paying jobs, while simultaneously supporting your families. Many of your children are born in Belize or have spent a substantial portion of their lives here. Their aspirations, your children's aspirations and dreams and patriotism are remarkably similar to ours. They are an integral part of our Belizean society.
Musa says the Nationality and Passports Department is turning things around, clearing backlogs and cutting wait times from years to just months. A new digital archive is also protecting vulnerable records, while overseas hubs in the U.S. cities have already processed thousands of cases. Meanwhile, Refugee Department Director Nikolai Zelaya says officials are reviewing the Refugee Act, following a second round of stakeholder consultations aimed at strengthening how asylum claims are handled.
This present Refugees Act has been in use since 1991 with minimal changes along the way. And as we are trying to modernize all our processes, we review the Act to ensure and ascertain that it is in alignment with modern times, as well as with what we have obtaining in other countries. As such, we have convened a wide cross-section of people here in this room, both from the public and the private sectors. We also included academia, and we also included the opinions of the international community.
Officials emphasize that stakeholder feedback is being carefully considered in drafting amendments to the Belize's Refugee Act, a process underway for several years. UNHCR welcomed Belize's progress towards finalizing the reforms, noting the act already aligns closely with the 1951 Refugee Convention.
There are certain gaps and issues that we believe, if they addressed, would even improve access to asylum and make the Belize asylum system stronger and ensuring protection for all those in need.
The ceremony is part of a wider push to modernize immigration through digital upgrades, while celebrating the diversity that drives Belize's growth, business, and development. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Coming up, books and boots come together as UB and the BDF team up to open new doors for students and soldiers alike.
Habet and Brothers Habet. Celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
The next station is not just a place. It's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Rock, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Maria's was planned to open in 2020, and that's when COVID came. I thought the dream was dead. People would come to my house, they would purchase the coffees from there. That gave me the little confidence, like, okay, I could do this. Atlantic Bank, of course, helped me take the next step. Once I had their support, it was smooth sailing from there. This business is my life. It's literally what provides my family with food and employment. I employ 3 family members, so it's really everything for us.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
If you're into news production, if you've got a sharp eye for what audiences care about, think quickly on your feet, and you're a strong writer, this could be your way into digital media. Greater Belize Media is looking for a digital associate. It's an entry-level, full-time position and your chance to get hands-on experience in journalism and digital storytelling. Bring the energy, the curiosity, and the willingness to learn and work flexible shifts in a fast-paced media environment. Apply now by sending your CV and cover letter to gbtv@btl.net by July 1st, 2026.
Belize is taking its voice to the regional stage, joining leaders from across the Americas to tackle some of the hemisphere's biggest challenges. At this week's OAS General Assembly in Panama City, the focus is on unity, how countries can work together to fight organized crime, defend democracy, and maintain stability. Representing Belize's CEO in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Oscar Arnold, is signaling the country's commitment to strong partnerships and collective security in an increasingly complex region.
For small states, a robust, transparent, and rules-based international and multilateral system is an essential element for security, stability, and at times, the very existence of our states. In a world where disparities in size, economic weight, and geopolitical influence remain a reality, multilateral institutions provide all states, especially smaller states, with something invaluable: a voice, a seat at the table, and a framework through which international relations are governed by agreed rules rather than raw power. They help ensure that sovereignty is respected, that disputes are settled peacefully, and that the interests of all states, regardless of size, can be advanced through cooperation rather than confrontation. In the inter-American space, this role has been entrusted to the OAS for almost 80 years. While no multilateral institution is without its imperfections, the OAS has repeatedly demonstrated its value when member states allow it to function in accordance with the Charter, its mandates, and shared principles. The organization is a trusted platform for political dialogue, collective action, and peaceful dispute resolution, while serving as the guardian of shared norms and commitments that bind our hemisphere together. As a regional cornerstone of multilateralism, the OAS must serve the needs of member states on the basis of charter and international law, notwithstanding the swinging pendulum of ideological euphoria. Today, member states require the OAS to navigate the complex geopolitical minefield in this hemisphere.
In addition to passing security resolutions, member states also elected new representatives to key OAS institutions, including the Inter-American Juridical Committee and the Administrative Tribunal. With a high-stakes ruling on the horizon, Belize is turning to a trusted regional partner for support. At the OAS General Assembly, the country put its long-standing territorial dispute with Guatemala front and center, highlighting the organization's role in guiding both nations toward a peaceful resolution at the International Court of Justice. Representing Belize, Foreign Affairs CEO Oscar Arnold underscored how the OAS continues to back that process, not just diplomatically, but on the ground, through its presence in the adjacency zone and support for strengthening national security efforts.
Belize is grateful for the work and the role of the OAS as a credible partner, accompanying both Belize and Guatemala on the journey to a peaceful and definitive settlement of Guatemala's claim to Belizean territory via the International Court of Justice, the quintessential example of rules-based multilateralism, which is expected to deliver its judgment in the coming year. Furthermore, the OAS offers a platform for institutional challenge to enable several permanent observers to support Belize and Guatemala with resources for the operation of the OAS office in the adjacency zone. Belize, like many of us here, grapple with the evolving threats of transnational criminal organizations, including drug cartels in very close proximity of our borders. In response, we turn to the vaunted OAS to provide critical specialized training to our law enforcement agencies in areas ranging from combating money laundering to the tracking and marking of small firearms and munitions. The importance of strong multilateralism remains unquestioned, but recognition alone of this value is no longer sufficient. If we are to strengthen multilateralism for the future, we must focus on prevention, resilience, and opportunity. This requires a fresh examination of other critical pillars of the organization's work, particularly the pillar of development. Democracy, security, and stability cannot be sustained without economic opportunity and sustainable growth. Citizens must feel tangible improvements in their lives if the democratic institutions are to maintain public confidence and legitimacy. For this reason, a renewed development agenda should prioritize initiatives that create enabling environments for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises to generate dignified and decent employment, promote innovation, address the adverse impact of climate change, encourage fair competition, and expand hemispheric trade. Such efforts must move beyond policy decisions toward practical, measurable interventions that deliver concrete results for our people.
Arnold emphasized the need to integrate advanced technologies across the region through a multilateral approach, noting that evolving economies are increasingly dependent on them. A new partnership between education and national security has taken shape, bringing together two of Belize's key institutions. The University of Belize and the Belize Defense Force have formalized an agreement aimed at expanding opportunities for both students and soldiers. The collaboration is expected to strengthen academic training within the military while opening doors for young recruits and athletes. Officials say the initiative reflects a shared vision for developing future leaders at home rather than abroad.
What happens when the country's top university teams up with its national defense forces? Leaders say it's a win on both sides. That partnership started taking shape a year ago when Ministry of Defense CEO Francis Usher reached out to University of Belize President Dr. Vincent Palacio, setting the stage for a collaboration designed to benefit both institutions. Today, those discussions materialized through the signing of a memorandum of understanding.
So as we proceeded to flesh out the details, there was one recurring theme, and he and I both agreed on this. A Belize problem requires a Belize solution. And that's where we are today, merging two national institutions.
The MOU opens the door for Belize Defense Force soldiers to expand their academic training and pursue higher education opportunities, promoting higher learning in national defense.
One of the biggest programs that we're looking to roll out in our implementation plan is to get our officers trained to a level in defense and security at home as opposed to going abroad, which is pretty expensive, at this institution once we put that program together. Another one of the big programs is actually to get youth that are coming through UB through a selection process to recruit them immediately after graduation from UB and recruit them either into our officer program or a soldier program.
For University of Belize, it's more than just an academic and national security agreement. An opportunity has been created for BDF soldiers to train student athletes and to become scholarship recipients at the university.
You heard about the enhancement of our sports program, right? We will have some BDF officers working with our coach, our sports program. You know, we have a very strong sports program here at the university. So again, partnering in that area, in that arena. Also in physical fitness here on campus. What we will do, we will provide scholarships for BDF officers to come to UB. Again, I mentioned that here at UB we offer from associate degree all the way up to master's degree.
Minister of Defense and Border Security Florence Marin Jr. was on hand to sign the agreement. He described the occasion as historic.
This is truly a great day for this country. We have our military leadership joining forces with our academic leadership in the country. I mean, the two institutions that are best in what their work are, and so when you merge them, I mean, you know, this will be able to help create future leaders for this country.
Leaders on both sides say this agreement sets the stage for a long-term push to strengthen skills, discipline, and opportunity nationwide. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Up next, Summerfest hits Dangriga for the first time, turning the culture capital into a high-energy stage packed with talent and excitement.
Protect your motor, secure your property. Oh yeah, home protector insurance got you covered, you see. Covered, you see. From motor to property, and even marine. We'll keep you safe no matter where you've been. No matter where you've been, no matter where you've been. Get the peace of mind that only we can bring. Oh yeah. With our insurance, you will never fret or sing. Never fret or sing. We offer bonds and so much more. So much more. Home protector insurance, we got what you're looking for. What you're looking for. Secure your...
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
We're ready for the road. We're ready for the road. So we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. 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 Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
Belize is strengthening partnerships to improve communities across the country. And this time, government is teaming up with faith-based organizations to get it done. Minister of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Dr. Louis Sabanet, is leading the charge, meeting with representatives from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to explore new opportunities for national development. The meeting took place during a recent working visit to Belize, where the delegation traveling in from Guatemala sat down with government officials to identify ways they can collaborate on meaningful community initiatives. These discussions focused on how the church's resources and regional experience can support Belize's development goals, building on its already active presence in local communities. And the conversation didn't stop there. The group also made a stop at the Southern Regional Hospital, where they met with administrators and healthcare leaders to talk about improving services and meeting the growing needs of residents in southern Belize. Meanwhile, another key meeting brought them together with officials from NEMO, the National Emergency Management Organization. There, discussion zeroed in on strengthening disaster preparedness, emergency response, and building resilient communities. For the ministry, these partnerships are part of a broader commitment to bring organizations together, strengthen social services, and create sustainable solutions for Belize's future. Government says it will continue to foster these kinds of collaborations with the goal of building stronger, more resilient communities across the country. The Miss Universe Belize franchise has officially transitioned to new ownership following its sale to an organization in El Salvador earlier this month. In a press release issued today, the newly appointed franchise owners announced that former Miss Earth winner Destiny Wagner will serve as the new national director. Wagner, who made history in 2021 as Belize's first Miss Earth, will now oversee the national pageant system and lead preparations for Belize's representation at the International Miss Universe competition. In a statement issued today, the foundation described Wagner's appointment as the start of a transformative chapter, writing, quote, "A new era begins for Miss Universe Belize. We are proud to officially welcome Destiny Wagner as the director of Miss Universe Belize. Her passion for empowering women, elevating Belize on the global stage, and inspiring future generations will guide this exciting new chapter," end quote. Open Your Eyes is taking the celebration on the road, and Dan Griga got the first taste. For the very first time, Summerfest 2026 hit the culture capital, turning the Russell Chiste Garcia Auditorium into a hub of energy and excitement this morning. Children, parents, and teachers showed up in full force, cheering on impressive performances and walking away with plenty of prizes in a vibrant showcase of young talent. Tonight, we bring you the sights and sounds from that event.
Muy delicioso. You know what I talk about? Si bueno, you better believe it. But wait, we're not done yet. How about the rich caldo and the mysterious Maya temples in the west? San Antonich and Cajalpech, Akia, Makia, Eul. You not believe me? You better believe it.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.